represent the world's largest known oil reserves. Sitting right behind the Middle East is a deposit estimated at 511 billion barrels, a reserve large enough to dictate global energy markets for decades. Yet, no nation has claimed it. No corporation is drilling it. This massive reserve sits completely untouched beneath 5 kilometers of solid ice, sitting at the very bottom of the world. Before we uncover why the world's most powerful nations are leaving this fortune in the ground, take a second to like this video and subscribe to Think Naiova for more deep dives into Earth's greatest mysteries. This lack of activity is partly because Antarctica is the deadliest landmass on Earth. For over a century, explorers tried to conquer the South Pole, and a terrifying number of them never made it back. Early expeditions led by captains like Robert Scott found their wooden ships crushed by the ice. These men starved and froze to death in an endless white expanse, completely unaware of the billions of barrels of oil buried directly beneath their feet. This extreme lethality serves as the continent's first layer of defense, forcing us to look at what exactly makes this environment so uniquely hostile to human life. While the Arctic supports 4 million permanent residents and diverse land mammals, Antarctica has no permanent population. Even species like the polar bear, built for extreme cold, cannot survive here. The dryness alone is a threat. With humidity levels frequently dropping to 0.03%, the air acts like a sponge, pulling moisture directly out of human tissue. Exposed skin can succumb to frostbite in mere minutes. This graphic shows a South Pole thermal inversion. Normally, the atmosphere gets colder going up, but here the ice is colder than the sky. Gravity pulls this heavy, freezing mass straight down, hitting the plateau and generating winds exceeding 300 kilometers per hour. Hidden beneath the snow are 100-foot-deep crevasses. These jagged fractures are often covered by thin, deceptive layers of ice, waiting to swallow humans and heavy machinery whole. In an environment this aggressive, survival is a constant battle against physical laws that do not allow for human error. Maintaining even a temporary human foothold requires a logistical miracle. This is the United States McMurdo Station, a hub that keeps a rotating summer population of about 1,000 scientists alive in the deep freeze. Every gallon of fuel and pound of food must be shipped in on cargo vessels that only make the journey once a year. If a shipment is missed, the base has no way to replenish its supplies. For 6 winter months, the sun never rises. Connectivity shrinks to a brief window when satellites pass overhead, leaving teams in nearly total isolation. Every dollar spent on these stations supports scientific research. To ensure that focus remains, a rigorous legal framework prohibits any nation from turning these bases into industrial hubs. The 1959 Antarctic Treaty provides the legal barrier to exploitation. Signed by the world's most powerful nations, it explicitly bans all military presence, commercial mining, and oil drilling across the entire continent. It also mandates strict biological protocols. Under the "Don't Pack a Pest" policy, visitors must sterilize all clothing and equipment before landing to prevent the introduction of foreign bacteria. The rules are so granular that even urinating on the ice is forbidden. Visitors must collect all waste and transport it back to ships for proper disposal elsewhere. This isolation is critical because native wildlife, like these penguins, have no natural defenses against uninvited viruses. We have already seen avian flu breach subantarctic islands, causing significant mortality in local bird populations. Scientists consider this environment a ticking time bomb. A single uncontained pathogen or a minor rise in human-caused temperatures could trigger a domino effect of melting ice. But there is a secondary, more dangerous reason to keep this ice frozen. Deep within the permafrost lie dormant zombie viruses, some of which have been trapped for tens of thousands of years. Because our immune systems have never encountered these ancient pathogens, any significant melting could introduce unknown risks into the global ecosystem. Today, Antarctica remains the only landmass on Earth where global powers have legally agreed to exist as observers. By keeping these billions of barrels of oil in the ground, we are acknowledging that the stability of the ice is worth more than the wealth buried beneath it.